and gentlemen, we are gathered here today to commemorate a remarkable and historical event. Many years have passed since Nazi Germany launched the invasion of the Soviet Union and Russia as a part of it. The entire nation, from the youngest to the eldest, men and women, stood up to defend the state against the enemy. The floor is given to Mr. Ilyashev, the Consular Minister of the Embassy of the Russian Federation to the State of Qatar.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, fellow Russians, it's my honor and privilege to greet you all on this wonderful day on behalf of the Russian Embassy in the State of Qatar. And I want to say that today is, of course, a special night. It's a wonderful event because it's for the first time ever that we organize an immortal regiment procession in a public place. And of course, I take this opportunity to say thanks to the State of Qatar for providing this opportunity. And with each passing year, more and more people joined this immortal regiment procession. Last year, about 60 countries all over the world were part of this magnificent process. And I'm happy to say that this year the State of Qatar has been added to this wonderful list. And of course, with each passing year, less and less active veterans who fought in the Second World War, which is more known to Russia, to the former Soviet Union as the Great Patriotic War, less people stay alive. And this is why relatives of those who fought in this terrible war, they try to carry the portraits of their relatives to commemorate Soviet victory over Nazi Germany. And today we've witnessed this event when lots of people living in this state, they became part of that magnificent march. And I take this opportunity to say special thanks to our friends from embassies, to our friends from the Soviet republics who came and are part of this event. And of course, last but not the least, I want to thank the Rosneft office in the State of Qatar for supporting this event. And of course, the organization of Russian compatriots in the State of Qatar for this wonderful effort, which resulted in this event. Thank you very much indeed, and I congratulate you on the Victory Day. Thank you.
Sunny breezes sweep across the country, making life as bright can be. Nowhere else do people laugh so gaily, nowhere else love is so true and free. But if any foe attempts to slight us, we should rise without a doubt or fear. As a bride, we worship our country and adore it as a mother dear.
Ever grown-up dress, my first ever high heels. Oh, so I wanted to dance my first ever waltz. Ribbons and pearls, hand in hand.
Prom swirled us together. There is the dawn in the opening of the window. No, not dawn. It is the glow of war. It's June 22nd, the year 1941. War.
Battles went on sea and land, shots rumbled all around. The song Katyusha was sung under Kostер, Kursk, and Orel.
Flickers in wood-burning stove. Drops of tar look like somebody cries. The accordion sings song of love. It's about your smile and your eyes. In the fields under Moscow, the grass whispered, calling your name in my ear. I would like you to hear for once how my voice sounds and longs for you here.
remember how on an unforgettable evening your kerchief fell from your shoulders as you bid farewell and promised to safeguard the blue kerchief. Today, beloved, darling, I know you are hiding the precious kerchief with love in your headboard.
Синенький скромный платочек падал с опущенных плеч. Ты говорила, что не забудешь ласковых радостных встреч. Ты говорила, что не забудешь ласковых радостных встреч. Порой ночной мы распрощались с тобой. Нет больше ночи, где ты платочек, милый, желанный, родной. Нет больше ночи, где ты платочек, милый, желанный, родной. Помню, как плечи. Падал платочек твой след, как провожала и обещала синий платочек сберечь. Как провожала и обещала синий платочек сберечь. И пусть со мной нет сегодня любимой одной, знаю, с любовью ты безголовый прячешь платок голубой. Знаю, с любовью ты безголовый прячешь платок голубой. Письма твои получая, слышу я голос родной, и между строчек синий платочек снова встает предо мной. И между строчек милый платочек снова встает предо мной. И час с тобой провожает меня образ твой. Чувствую рядом с любящим взглядом ты постоянно со мной. Чувствую рядом с любящим взглядом ты постоянно со мной. Сколько заветных платочков носим в шинелях с собой, нежные речи, девичьи плечи помним в страде боевой. Нежные речи, девичьи плечи помним в страде боевой. За них родных, любимых, желанных таких строчит пулеметчик за синий платочек, что был на плечах дорогих. Строчит пулеметчик за синий платочек, что был на плечах дорогих.
Спасибо большое. Thank you so much, everyone, guys. We're so happy to have you here. С Днем Победы! One can live a day without food, sometimes more. But sometimes one can't live a minute without a joke during war. Not the wisest jokes. Laughs and jokes all ring out, and the sound of crackling fire is slightly heard. This is a minute of break, a long-awaited time. Who said that you mustn't sing during war? After a battle, the heart begs for music.
Как-то летом на рассвете заглянул в соседний сад. Там смуглянка молдаванка собирает виноград. Я краснею, я бледнею, захотелось вдруг сказать: стань над рекою зорьки летние встречать. Раскудрявый, плюс зеленый лист весной, я влюбленный.
think of seconds haughtily. The time will come, you'll understand, I guess. Whistle they, like bullets at the temple. Moments, moments, moments.
Taking place in May 1942. The war is taking its token on humanity, and the destinies are getting connected in unpredictable ways. The first Sergeant Vaskov has been wounded, and after the recovery, he was appointed as the supervisor of the 171st Patrol. 3 times a day, he walked around the patrol's plot, and each time he wrote the same sentence in his notebook. The area is clear, no violations observed. The service was going calm and smooth for the Sergeant Vaskov until the artillery woman had arrived to provide protection for the patrol. Each night, the batch of noisy and reckless young females were shooting spontaneously from all the 8 barrels at the German aircrafts passing by, and during the day were engaged in never-ending laundry. The first Sergeant Vaskov wouldn't have known that the directive of the Imperial Service under the number C219702, marked only for the top command management, was signed and processed for implementation. And the dawns here were so quiet.
Comrade Sergeant!
What it is?
Germans in the forest.
How do you know?
I saw them, paratroopers, 2 of them with machine guns.
Give the alert.
Prepare for action.
At ease. Osanina, pick out the volunteers.
Eugenia, Galina, Lisa.
Wait a second. Osanina, this is a manhunt for Germans, not a dancing party. And Germans armed with automatic weapons. At least they must know how to shoot.
They'll manage.
Now, one more thing. Anyone here speaks German? Who's I? Haven't you read regulations? How do you answer?
Soldier!
Okay, Soldier Gurevich. How to say in German, hands up?
Hände hoch!
That's right. All right, Gurevich. We'll be leaving for 2 days. Take up the dry ration, something to eat, the bullets, and put on the proper footwear. Be ready in 10 minutes. Carry on. So, have you seen them in here?
Hear it. They passed by me on their way to the main road.
What the hell did they lose on the main road? They could be easily spotted in there. So, you were saying they carried bags?
Indeed, their bags looked heavily stuffed and well packed.
I assume they were carrying dynamites. And if I were right, then their way go to Kirov's railway.
It's a long way to go.
Well, through the forest. And the forests here are a quiet way of an escape. An entire army could easily hide in the forest, not just 2 people. All right, line up the squad.
Squad, fall in.
None of you should be afraid of the enemy. If he walks in our footprints, it means that he's scared too. Walk in pairs, none alone. If you get on the road, what shall you do?
We know, one goes right and the other goes left.
If we assume to get into the enemy or into some strange thing, is there anyone who knows how to make bird calls or animal noises? Out in the forest, we can't use speech. The Germans have ears too.
I know one. A donkey's bray.
There isn't any donkeys here. All right, we'd better try quacking, like dogs. I'll show you. Quack, quack. All right, turn left, march. Are you tired?
Very tired.
How will I continue without a shoe?
What a bungler you are, Galka. You should have squeezed your toes.
I did!
Don't worry, we'll make her a special swan boot. Relax for a while. The Germans?
Where?
Oh, damn it. I thought that...
Get some rest, Fyodor Tigravich. I'll bring a trench coat for you.
I'm alright, Usanina. It's just an apathy. Need to have a cigarette. Have a rest. So, tinted hair. Is that right?
My natural color, just in disarray.
Ah, I see. That's fine.
That will not pass easy. There, Soldier Brichkina is supervising, and she is eagle-eyed.
I see. Alright, go ahead.
И вечный бой. Покой нам только снится. Сквозь кровь и пыль летит степная кобылица и мнет ковыль.
Who are you reading to?
No one, to myself.
Then, why read aloud?
It's poetry.
Ah, I see. Then you're straining your eyes.
But it's daylight, Comrade Sergeant.
Well, I was just talking, that's all. And don't sit too long on those rocks. When they cool, they'll draw the heat from your body. Put your coat under.
All right, Comrade Sergeant. Thanks for the advice.
One more thing. Don't read aloud. The evening air is thick and humid here, and dawns are quiet around. A 5 miles away can hear the sound. And don't forget to look around, Soldier Gurevich. So, where's your homeland, Soldier Brichkin?
I'm from Branchkina, First Sergeant.
I see. Were you working at the collective farms?
I did, but mostly helping my dad. He was a forester, you know.
Ah, I see that. You are well organized, and your quacking is just amazing. Did you notice anything strange?
Nothing much.
You are the forest diva. You can understand it all. Лиза, Лизавета, что ж не шлешь ты мне привета? Что ж ты более не поешь, аль твой голос не пригож?
Back home, we used to sing.
We'll sing later, Lizaveta. When we've accomplished our mission, then we'll sing.
You promise?
I said so, didn't I?
Don't forget, Comrade Sergeant.
Soldier, you're shriveling up. Are you alright?
It's freezing in here.
Oh my god. Don't push away. Let me check on your forehead. You've gotten a fever, soldier. Did you notice it at all? Will you drink it straight, or shall I dissolve it with water?
What is this?
The medicine, spirit.
No, I could not.
I order you to drink it. Do it. And drink some water right away.
My head is heading away.
You'll get your head back tomorrow. Have a rest, soldier.
Maybe we're just wasting our time?
Maybe yes, but I don't think so. Unless you've mistaken the Fritz with the wooden logs.
Maybe they're asleep too now.
Too bad.
They're humans too.
And Fritz are humans. Somehow, I'd never realized that. I'm glad you said it.
are making a noise?
No, it's magpies. It means that somebody's getting close. Must be the guests. Osanina, wake up the soldiers, but quietly so that no one make a sound. Don't show up. Be close for communication. Come close.
3, 5, 8, 10, 12, 15, 15, 16. 16, First Sergeant.
Richkina, do you remember the road home?
I do, First Sergeant.
Inform Kiryanova about the situation. We'll distract the Fritz in here for a while, but we can't hold them long. You can see it yourself.
Should I go straight away?
Don't forget before entering the swampland the rule.
I'm on my way.
Go ahead, Elizabeth, whatever your name. So, 16 of them. 16 guns is already a sufficient force. Straightforward, we won't be able to stop them, and we cannot let them go. The aid maybe will come by the night, but if we engage in a fight, we will not be able to survive by the night.
They're approaching, First Sergeant.
Take your positions, young woman. I beg you to take care of yourselves.
Lisa Brichkina was the first to die. Swampland. She had to cross the very last plot to reach dry land. Suddenly, a huge bubble blew right in front of her, and she had to recline to the side. Just a step away, and her foot lost balance. The path was so close. Just a step, maybe half a step to make. But even that was not possible to do. Help! Help me! The horrible, lonely scream sounded long upon the steady rustic swampland and raised up high towards the cloudless sky. The sun was slowly climbing up upon the trees, and Lisa had seen its sun for the last time. Warm, unbearably bright, as if promising that tomorrow will come. Until her last second, she truly believed that tomorrow will come for her as well.
The Germans waiting for Sonia Gurevich, or did she cross the path by mistake? She was running fast on the path she had twice passed, trying to bring to him the first Surgeon Vasco, the forgotten stem of the tobacco pouch, to roll up the damned cigarettes. She was running joyfully and did not realize why she left the heave fall on her tiny shoulders, and why her heart was being instantly filled with an acute pain. No, she did. She was able to understand it all and make a scream, because the knife did not reach the heart from the first pinch. Two narrow dots were seen on Sonia's jacket, one on her breast, and the second was lower, right through her heart.
The Germans were marching quietly, keeping the head down and guns forward. Vaskov was able to push Galina to the bush and whispered, "Freeze up." He pulled himself behind the log and caught her side. He felt his heart down. He understood that she was scared. She was scared up to her inner bits, in the worst possible way. She remembered the face of dead Sonia. She physically felt the heavy smell of blood which made her sick and frightened her body and mind. Ah! She jumped up from the bush towards the valley, running against the enemies. She was out of her mind and senses. A gun made a brief shot. Her last scream ended up in a wheezing groan, and her legs were still running, still resisting in the heavy soldier's boots against the mess on the ground.
Eugenia. She always believed in herself. She did believe in herself even now, moving the Germans away from the wounded Rita Asyanina. She had no doubts that this would be a happy ending, and when the bullet shot her back, she was surprised. It is so absurd, so unbelievably foolish to die when someone is only 19 years old. The Germans wounded her blindfolded, and she could hide herself and wait till it was all over. But she was shooting till the bullets lasted. She was shooting, lying on the ground, making no attempts to run away. Blood bleeding out of wounds drained her of power and energy. The Germans executed her by shooting away, and then were looking at her for a while, at her face, still beautiful, even after death.
Rita knew her wound
was lethal, and she would be dying in long agony. She felt almost no pain yet. However, the heat in the stomach was getting more agonizing, and she was thirsty. Vyskov, leaving off to the scout, left a handgun with 2 bullets. He rather felt than noticed that quiet shot. Rita committed suicide, having fired a shot into the head. Almost no blood was lost. As little as a dust, the blue gunpowder sat down around the wound, and Vyskov was watching them for a quiet, long time.
Swaying and hardly dragging his feet, Vyskov was approaching to the village house. He knew the Germans were there. Mobilizing the remaining power, he pushed the door and shouted, "Hand the Koch, the guy!" No, they were scared, neither of the shout, not of the bombshell waving in the hand of the first sergeant. They could not even imagine that he was alone for many miles. Their fascist brains could not accommodate such a fact. Therefore, they all lied with faces down on the floor and tied all together with the belts. So what? You got it? Got it? 5 young women. Only 5 young women, and all dead by now. And you failed to pass the place that you were heading towards. And you'll all die here. You will all die. I, personally, will kill each one of you, and then let me be judged. Let them judge me. He could not remember the last path. The Germans' backs were swaying in front of him. He was losing consciousness, and he was dreaming of the 5 young women, surrounded by white clouds, all 5 of them. He was continuously whispering something and waving his head in distress.
remain. We'll remember our heroes. This is needed not for the dead, this is needed for the alive. We'll remember them proudly, the perished soldiers during battle. Our duty, not to forget the war.
Please join me to observe a minute of silence and pay tribute to all the heroes who sacrificed their lives and fought for the peace for the next generations. We shall never forget the brave soldiers and their victory in the Second World War.
Мне кажется порою, что солдат с кровавых не пришедшие полей не в землю нашу полегли когда, а превратились в белых журавлей. Они до сей поры с времен тех дальних летят и подают нам голоса. Не потому так часто и печально мы замолкаем, глядя в небеса. Летит по небу клин усталый, летит в тумане на исходе дня, и в том строю есть промежуток малый. Быть может, это место для меня. Настанет день журавлиной стаи, я поплыву в такой же сизой мгле. Из-под небес по птичьи окликаю всех вас, кого оставил на земле. Мне кажется порой, что солдат с кровавых не пришедшие полей не в землю нашу полегли когда, а превратились в белых журавлей.
For the motherland, the people gave their lives away. We will never forget the fallen in the valiant battle.
Здесь бы не может робких и слабых осиный наперечет. Борет, зовется в дорожных ухабах маленький грузовичок. Словно по кругу привычный вишневый арест. А над калиною кружится, кружится черный дюралевый крест. Под этим крестом, как под тем кругом ада, теряя друзей, подруг. А делание за наградами, чтоб разорвать этот круг. И будет месяц май, и будет путь домой, и на крылечке мать вот всплеснет рукой и зашумит в груди, и в горле станет ком, радость засизит за свину, за свой дом. Победный салют, осветленные лица, детский восторженный взор. И к этой победе смогла ты пробиться, девчонка, военный шофер. И будет месяц май, и будет путь домой, и на крылечке мать вот всплеснет рукой и защемит в груди, и в горле станет ком, радость засизит за свину, за свой дом. И будет месяц май, и шел путь домой, и на крылечке мать вот всплеснет рукой и защемит в груди, и в горле станет ком, радость засизит за свину, за свой дом.
For all that we have, for every joyful hour that we own, we thank our valiant soldiers that once defended our world.
Thank you for the feat and bravery. Thank you for saving ourselves. You were, for us, children, you were able to win back a free country.
Smiles glow, troubles go away. Like the flames of a fire, the medals shine. Happy 9th of May, the holiday of victory. 'Tis another joyful, peaceful day.
День Победы, как он был от нас далек, как в костре потухшем таял уголек. Были версты, обгорелые в пыли, этот день мы приближали как могли. Этот день Победы, порохом праздник, сединою на висках эта радость, со слезами на глазах. День Победы, День Победы, День Победы. Ни ночи у мартеновских печей не смыкала наша Родина очей.